Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in my lab in the wee hours of the morning where I do what I do for you. Let's go. Right thinkers mission. Right is the 25 rules live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. Message in the story. For life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. You got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission. And I'm on it. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking is a way of life through mental and spiritual disciplines daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. That's my goal as the right thinking master. Yours as a student is to learn it and become master of yourself with knowledge of self. Know thyself is the question. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. I do. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. I can teach them. That's why I do what I do. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know, pretty much religious and dangerous. I avoid them. A person who knows and knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I'm here to wake you up to yourself with spiritual knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. If you don't have balance and honesty in your life will be full of fetters. That's self-inflicted problems because of lack of knowledge of self. You're going to make mistakes and you're going to inflict yourself with problems. Today, let's try to avoid them problems. Why? Right thinkers, let's talk about being a spiritual alchemist, a life changer. Anybody know about alchemy? You know, it's a change of one thing from one state to another. In this case, spiritually, I want to change you from spiritually ignorant to become spiritually enlightened. Let's go. Right thinkers, let's talk about being a spiritual alchemist, the life changer. When you are spiritually ignorant, okay, symbolically, aka lack of knowledge, spiritually dead, right thinking philosophy will raise you from the dead level of ignorance to the living level of knowledge of self. That's a Masonic concept that symbolically is taking you from one level to the next, aka alchemist. I am a proven spiritual alchemist. Why? I made myself valuable by what? Mastering myself and becoming a different spiritual being. One with lack of spiritual knowledge to one with mastery of spiritual knowledge. That's a transformation. That's a life-changing scenario. That's spiritual alchemy at its best. The more spiritual knowledge you attain and live by, the change will be noticed by all. You can't hide it. If you got base metal, if you got lead, and that lead turns into gold, everybody gonna see the difference. Masonry, we take initiate, we call you a rough ashlar. That means you crude, you don't look good at all, nobody cares about you, but we're gonna take you up, polish you up, shine you up, make you look good, and you will be noticed. That's what Masonic order was all about. I'm still doing the same thing symbolically and spiritually. I'm doing the same thing. It don't change. Why? These life lessons. Life changing lessons. Alright, here you go. Going from being spiritually ignorant to becoming spiritually enlightened, that's spiritual alchemy at its best. That's what I want all my right thinkers to have, a transformation from being lack of spiritual knowledge to gaining spiritual knowledge, mastery, and becoming a different person. Hope you get this point. It was said a good alchemist can change lead, cheap base metal into gold, a precious metal. With what? Knowledge of self. It's a spiritual symbolic concept. The spiritual transformation of your personality, aka the character, is spiritual alchemy. Changing your spiritual concepts, your personal concepts, and increasing them, improving them so that you become a better you. That's transformation at its best. Again, let's talk about it. When you make the right personality corrections for yourself, aka checking yourself, that's spiritual alchemy. When you go from a dead state to a living state, spiritual alchemy. When you make the change for the better, after what? Practicing what? Right thinking philosophy. You are a spiritual alchemist. You're becoming, changing your personality and your character. You be the one doing it. Makes you the spiritual alchemist. Right thinking philosophy will take you from self-ignorance, lack of knowledge, to what? Self-knowledge, which is what? Knowing thyself. That's the goal of all right thinkers. Need to know who we are spiritually. Knowing your name, knowing your sex, that's a gimme. But go inside a little deeper. Go a little deeper into yourself and find out what really makes you tick. And find yourself, and you'll find that guy upstairs. God. Okay? He ain't up there. He's really inside here. But you got to go in there and find it. Okay? That's spiritual alchemy again. If you're not being told you're changing, you have the ghost. You're not transforming. When I was doing walking, talking, making my spiritual change, transformation, it was recognized as the Spirit, the Holy Ghost. I laugh at that because what they're saying is God in me. Excuse me. I understand that because that's what everybody say. That's just God. That's okay. No. Again, I have my concept. Other people have theirs. I don't understand that, so I ask questions about that when I don't understand it. Okay, you can do the same about me. I can explain it. Can you? There you go. Where you at now? Okay, here you go. I made the transfer to. I made the personality change years ago. I've been doing this now for a while, over 10 years. I teach others to do the same. That's why I teach it. If I didn't know it, if I hadn't done it, I can't teach it. To make something of low or no value become priceless or valuable, that's alchemy. Changing for the better from a nasty person, an ignorant person, to a pleasant person, an enlightened person. That's alchemy, spiritually, personality, whatever you want to call it. But alchemist is changing from one thing to another. And change is always good if it's for the better. When you can pick up a lost soul, aka spiritually ignorant person, a spiritually ignorant person, to know themselves, that's priceless. If I can take you from a dead level, ignorant level, and bring you to an enlightened state, that's priceless. Why? Because that's alchemy. I'll take a person who will to live with low self-esteem, thinking about taking their life. When I can take somebody like that same person today, that was a year ago, that same person after learning and practicing right thinking philosophy daily, applied for college, living a prosperous, happy life, doing her thing and taking care of her and feeling good about that and giving all the praise to right thinking philosophy and the man upstairs. I love that. That's priceless. I got goosebumps right now because that's what I do for you. And I have done for others. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that one. I inspire, educate, and motivate my right thinkers to know themselves and God are one. At 11:11, we know everything is on the one. At 1:11, we know everything is on the one. Keeping it present, become God conscious. Keep him in and on your mind. That'll keep that other guy in and out your mind. Off and out your mind. If you're thinking bad, negative thoughts, you're ego driven and you're probably upset and angry, so it's coming together and it's not good for you. Understand that. I can enlighten you with what? Spiritual knowledge. To what? raise your low level self-esteem and make it become higher with what? Knowledge of self. Thinking better of yourself, acting and doing for yourself. That's raising your self-esteem. Self is you. And if you ain't feeling good about yourself, it's hard to get somebody else to feel good about you. Okay, that's how you walk, talk, and act. If your walk, talk, and act is negative and disrespectful, you're not going to have a good time. You're going to have problems. Again, I can take a rough accident, which is somebody who don't know much, and polish you up with what? Give you spiritual knowledge, give you knowledge and understanding of self, put you on the straight and narrow, and you practice that daily, you will become a better person and shine like new money. When people don't pay attention to you, you're a rough action. You're nothing but. But all of a sudden, they're starting to see the shine. They're starting to say, oh, check this out. Yes, that's Alchemist. Spiritually changing yourself for the better. When you practice right thinking philosophy, you're practicing spiritual alchemy. I'm trying to tell you. And if right thinking philosophy changes you from what? A believer to what? A knower. That's coming to knowledge of self. Knowing thyself is what I'm trying to get you to do. That's right thinking philosophy. Right thinking philosophy is helping you change what? Your spiritual. Change you spiritually with what? Spiritual truth that you can practice and live by and manifest them for yourself. I don't want to be able to tell you about your spiritual experiences. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you understanding of your spiritual experiences and how you can make them better for yourself. Right thinking philosophy is meant to what? Change you what? Spiritually and mentally, from believers to knowers. Remember, belief in something is good and it's powerful and it's strong, but it's not the end all be all. Knowing what you believe and find out what you believe, now you know. So belief takes the back seat, like set will take a back seat to huddle. Okay, your higher knowledge will always be higher than your lower. If your lower self is running the show, you're gonna have problems. Right thinking philosophy, when practiced daily and correctly, will what? Transform you to obtain what we call nihas. That's being spiritually awakened. That's having knowledge of self. That's knowing thyself and God, all one in the same. The kingdom of heaven is within. Find it first. What? Learn thyself. Know thyself is finding the kingdom of heaven. Am I down here? Okay. Right thinking philosophy has the what? Formula for what? The spiritual transformation. And you have to do it when? For yourself. I can lay it out for you. I can instruct you, but you have to actually do it for yourself to know for yourself. You don't want to know God through my knowledge or my experiences. It don't work that way. You have to have your own. It's called a mystical experience when you realize you and God are connected. Last one, I'm about to wrap it up. Let me get done. I got something to do this morning. Right thinking philosophy is a life-changing experience if practiced and done right. That's my goal, to get you to know how to do it so you can practice it. If I give you instruction that all you got to do is follow, that's making it easy for you. As a teacher of right thinking, I know just what it takes for you to do, to know what it takes for you to do, to know yourself. That's why I teach what right thinking is all about to those who want to learn, so you can practice it for yourself. The goal of all right thinking, the goal of right thinking philosophy is to change your life for the better with what? Knowledge of self, aka spiritual knowledge. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So with spiritual knowledge, that's self-knowledge. God is spirit. Spiritual knowledge is God knowledge. If you practice right thinking philosophy and you don't see results soon, I can guarantee you're doing it wrong. I ain't going. I got a joke for that. Yeah, I'm going there. It was a traveler traveling through the Indian territory, and as Indians, Native Americans, they greet you, they feed you, and bed you for the night, take care of you. They even give you a woman. All night long in the little teepee, you kept hearing wahoo, wahoo, all night long. So the morning they got up, my man said, "Hey, you had a good time last night?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "But what do wahoo mean?" Wrong hole. Right thinking philosophy is a proven life-changing practice. If done right. So don't wahoo, don't put it in the wrong hole. Put the knowledge where it's supposed to be, inside yourself. Use it and produce something. I ain't going there. I had another part for that, but I'm gonna let that go. It's a clean show. I ain't trying to go there. Can't make babies in the wahoo. I know that right thinking philosophy was a life-changing experience for me. It will also be for you if, again, in practice and done correctly, it will change your life. Become a spiritual alchemist. Change yourself. Transform yourself. Become a better you spiritually. I did. Come on. It's a good thing. I'll be back. I appreciate you tuning in. The numbers are going up.